So we are heading into a new world order. There's no denying that. Many countries and nations will come out of the coming reset stronger, richer, and overall more prosperous, but other countries will be devastated. They will never be the same. The United States is a tricky one. I doubt it will be able to maintain the empire it has built if it no longer runs the game. But here's what I know. No matter what happens, America or its greatness is not going anywhere. The reason I'm confident about that is because of Canada, a very, very friendly neighbor of the United States. Who am I kidding? We all know Canada belongs to the United States. For over 12,000 years, diverse indigenous peoples lived across Canada, including the Inuit and Métis. They had complex societies, trade networks, spiritual beliefs, and sophisticated technologies adapted to different regions. John Cabot under England came across Canada in 1497. Later on, Jacques Cartier claimed land for France along the St. Lawrence River. Early European presence focused on fishing and fur trade. Samuel de Champlain founded Quebec City in 1608, establishing New France. New France expanded along the St. Lawrence River and Great Lakes. British colonies formed along the Atlantic coast. From 1756 to 1763, the British and French were at war with each other. The 7 Years' War led to the British defeating France. In 1763, France ceded most territories to Britain under the Treaty of Paris. In the 1800s, loyalists fled from the American Revolution and settled in Canada, influencing culture and politics. Besides going to war with the US, the 1800s brought economic growth to Canada in the form of timber, agriculture, and westward expansion. In 1867, Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia formed the Dominion of Canada. Indigenous peoples faced land disposition. In World War I, Canada contributed troops and gained international recognition. In World War II, Canada fought in Europe and contributed to the Allied effort. Post-war, Canada experienced an economic boom and immigration growth shaped a modern multicultural society. Today, Canada is still a diverse, multicultural society. Canada is the second largest country in the world by area. The border between the US and Canada is the largest undefended border in the world. Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories, each with its distinct geography. Canada's major physical features are diverse, including mountains, plains, rivers and lakes, and coastlines. Due to its size, Canada has a wide range of climates: long, extremely cold winters, hot summers, rain in the west, and foggy coastlines. Canada has a population of 41 million people, an aging one on that end. Canada is one of the world's most diversified economies, driven by natural resources, trade, and a highly developed service sector. In 2025, it had a GDP of $2.2 trillion. 70% of its GDP consists of finance, real estate, education, healthcare, and tech, 20% from industry and manufacturing. Surprisingly, natural resources only contributed 10% to the GDP. It's surprising because Alberta has the world's third largest oil reserves, natural gas, and Quebec is a major exporter of clean electricity from hydroelectric power. Canada is a top global supplier of nickel, uranium, gold, copper, and diamonds. It has timber, pulp, and paper. They also produce wheat, canola, barley, dairy, and beef. Canada's main partners are the US, China, and Europe. Canada has high literacy and education levels, a skilled workforce in engineering, healthcare, finance, and tech. Its economic challenges include its dependence on US trade, which makes Canada sensitive to US economic shifts, housing affordability in cities like Toronto and Vancouver. Resource dependence makes certain regions vulnerable to commodity price swings. Indigenous economic inclusion and reconciliation remain ongoing issues. But Canada has a stable, well-regulated system with abundant natural resources, growing tech, clean energy sectors, and a multicultural population supporting global business connections. The Canadian Armed Forces is modern, versatile, and focused on defense, peacekeeping, and international cooperation rather than large-scale global power projection. The CAF is divided into 3 branches: the Canadian Army, Royal Canadian Navy, and Royal Canadian Air Force. The CAF has an active personnel of 68,000 and reserve personnel of 27,000. Its military has a modest annual budget of $60 billion. Its key capabilities are Arctic operations, aka icebreakers and cold weather training; expeditionary forces, which are small but highly mobile forces for overseas missions. Canada is investing in next-generation fighter jets, Arctic-capable ships, cyber defense, drone tech, and modernized equipment for army and navy suits. Canada is a parliamentary democracy and constitutional monarchy. The head of state is King Charles III, who is represented by the Governor General of Canada, and the head of government is the Prime Minister. These are the 5 prominent political parties, but otherwise Canada has low political corruption, transparent elections, and predictable policy making. Regional divide exists, but the federal system balances these through provincial powers. Canada's culture is diverse, multicultural, and influenced by Indigenous, French, British, and immigrant traditions. Official languages are English and French. Canada is not a musical or film powerhouse, but they have Drake, Abel, and I guess you can also count in my man over here. Winter sports are a big thing in Canada, and food, well, can't knock it if you haven't tried it. Canada or Canadians put on emphasis on tolerance, inclusion, and equality. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me. See you when I see you.